You've shared that yoga helped you heal years of stress-related pain and brought out your authentic self. And what was a breakthrough moment or practice in your own journey that sparked this transformation?
I should say that it was very subtle. That within a few weeks, maybe 2 months or so, I started to feel that my pain faded away. And the only thing I had made differently was to start to practice yoga. And that was quite incredible. But also what I felt was something touched me deep within that is a little bit hard to express. Because I wasn't going for yoga to strengthen my body or to be fit, because I was already practicing a lot.
Right.
So it was the opposite. So it was what the yoga makes within you. And now it's 20 years ago, so I should say that I connected with my heart. I also connected with my emotions, and I think it was the seed planted in more feeling and have the sensations and follow the sensations, not pushing through because I have been pushing myself for 35 years.
Right.
So pushing through, performing on high levels and so on and so forth, which I very often call it's very connected to a good girl condition that I was conditioned with from childhood. Not at once, but it was kind of the gateway to open up for a slower pace. It took years though, but slower pace and more connected to what I really feel, what I really want. Not from here, not from my mind, but really what maybe my soul and spirit, even though I didn't think about it at the time, but what really my deeper self needed. And not only pushing or performing or be conditioned by society or whatever. So it was really game-changing, not only to be, proper, looking good, have the right muscles on the right place, and so on and so forth. Nothing wrong to have muscles, it's good to be strong, but doing it for another reason.
Perfect.
Except from,
Yes.
looking good or being fancy in a way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's perfect that you mentioned planting the seed, and perhaps is that a lot of us have been so conditioned from our environment, how we're being brought up. A lot of us thought that tried 1 or 2 yoga classes and thought that yoga is not for me or not for us. And so, how might somebody rolling out their yoga mat for the first time that to tap into the same sense of healing and self-discovery? If you have a recommendation.
I should say that the most important thing is to roll out the mat and be aware. Be really conscious of how you move, how it feels, and not pushing yourself, because the teacher can never ever know what you are in, how your day was, how your body feels, what issues you have that you can't see from outside.
Right.
So really be conscious about not moving past your limits. That is not the same thing that you can push yourself and inspire yourself,
right,
encourage
totally,
yourself
totally.
to evolve, but not pushing because the teachers say, okay, this is this pose and this is this pose. It should look like this. No, really rolling out the mat with another intention. What do you really want to explore?
Right.
Because the practice, the asanas, over 25 years, yoga has evolved a lot.
Right.
And which I love, because I was part of building it in Sweden to really meet more people and to be for everyone. But also, with that said, it part of the yoga tradition has really become commercial. And the asanas, the postures, is only one tool. The depth of yoga is to find enlightenment.
Right. Exactly.
So we do the asanas to be able to sit more comfortably in a meditative position,
Exactly.
and with that said, moving inwardly.
Right.
So it's so many. If you look at the eight-step path or the Ashtanga, that has. The asanas is in the beginning.
Right, exactly.
Then you have the deep work.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So being conscious, that should be my answer to
Yes,
that when
true.
you step on. Why do you do it? Do you do it to perform or do you do it for inner self?
Right, yes.
Yeah.
I also feel like reflecting upon my own journey at the beginning, maybe I was also thought yoga was like a verb, whereas yoga, its real meaning is that union with God, right? And like you said, right, being conscious is so important. So I'm very curious about that. You study both Ayurveda and emotional intelligence alongside yoga. What is one emotional benefit of yoga that surprised you?
Being kind to myself. Being kind to myself.
Okay. Yeah.
That is maybe not an emotion, that is a behavior perhaps, or a pattern. So an emotion is blissfulness, feeling blissful.
Right. I see the connection of like being kind to yourself and feeling blissful, and also don't push yourself so much, right? And which is actually I'm super excited to take your Yin yoga class tomorrow, right? So um, how can intermediate yogis like begin to also tap into that deeper dimension of like blissfulness, or little by little why they're doing yoga to be more kind to themselves? Because myself and a lot of I was doing yoga teacher training, a lot of our peers, and maybe at the beginning stage we're more focusing on how do I do this pose perfectly, right?
Yeah. So what was your question?
Yeah. How can yeah how can intermediate yogis begin to tap into that deeper dimension?
Be more aware of why you do it and how you do it. And with Yin yoga that you will practice with me tomorrow, it's an inward. We move the awareness inwardly, which is still the more dynamic. The physical yoga is still muscles, strength, vinyasa, and that is more still. You have the awareness inward in some sense, but you are also working with the body to making it strong, flexible, and or
Right.
yeah. Where Yin, you move your awareness inwardly. Very often students, they have their eyes closed for the full class. You don't have to do that, but you can. And with that, it becomes like 60, 75, 90 minutes meditation at the same time. And with Yin, Yin is female, Yin is moving inwardly, Yin is feeling emotions, Yin is darkness, Yin is passivity, to just move into a pose and then relax into the pose and just let your body unfold.
Yes.
And your emotions to unfold, the
Yes.
energy to be released.
Totally.
So if you do the dynamic, I should say, be aware of why you do it and how you do it. Really being humble to yourself, be respectful for your temple, your body. And by time you will meet that inner wisdom.
Right.
And very often I get that expression from students after class, that wow, this is why I go to class. I become more kind to myself, and when I become more kind to myself, I become even more kind to others. I also can be able to set my boundaries more healthy.
Totally.
And so it will happen. And I should say, better to practice short amount of time every day
Right.
than having as a goal, I need to practice 90 minutes. That is good, it's great, but even 10 minutes a day can have a massive impact on your day-to-day life, moving inwardly, just connecting to yourself before you connect with others.
So would you recommend that if someone's super busy, maybe in the morning or at night, they only have one time to do it, would you recommend them to practice in the morning or at night?
Both are good, but I prefer morning, because when you come from bed, you come from sleeping. Let's say you have slept well, and you have your dream phase at the end. When you wake up, then you are more connected to yourself. Before you're starting to interact with others, before you are starting going out to the world to interact work, whatever you do. So I used to say to my students, if you can, prioritize practice in the morning. When you do practice in the evening, I should say the biggest benefits is to calm down your system, to stretch out, especially if you have been sitting a lot. But in the morning, you are more clear in your mind, you are more clear in your energy, you are more purified. So the benefits with that is that you will connect with yourself first, and hopefully you go out and take the world from that source.
Totally. In that gentleness, in that like not rushing and be more conscious of your breath of space. I realize when I do that in the morning, or some stretching, some sun salutation, or some meditation, the whole day just becomes more light and brighter.
Exactly, and that often we don't have to do that many times, because we really feel it at once. Wow, the day turned out completely different. Because usually today, when people they just rush away, we are so driven from the outer world. So you can just ask yourself, do I want to run my life, my day, or do I want the outer world to run it for me?
Yeah, exactly. And this upcoming question, well, people probably should, and I suggest them to find out more about the information from your online academy. The question is, your Ayurveda yoga style blends traditional Hatha with Ayurvedic wisdom and heart-led teaching. How would you introduce this unique approach to someone who's only tried conventional yoga before?
Yoga and Ayurveda is really siblings, sister and brother, and for me, Ayurveda can be or is very complex, but still it's just to understand the essence of it, like living a balanced lifestyle and you are free from disease. You can so easily pick that into your life, but also into your yoga practice, because if you are not balanced on the mat, you can, and even if you find an imbalance, you become more aware. And it's simple as, okay, my hips, they feel differently. My knees feel differently. I'm disconnected from my mind or from my heart. Those two, they don't speak to each other. How can you balance them up? So that is really, and very often, what drives students to me, because I love that approach. And with that, and include emotional intelligence, is to feel more than to perform. Because for me, it doesn't, I'm not attracted to perform on the mat. I love to do yoga. Dynamic, physical, yin, vinyasa, but I don't want to push myself. It's not why I step on the mat, because we do that so much out in this modern society that we live in and that we have created. So I want more peacefulness, more awareness, more consciousness, more kindness on the mat for myself.
Right, totally. A lot of people who are watching this video, they want to find out more about your programs, sign up to the amazing newsletters from Wivi-Anne, definitely. Could you share with us for the second half of 2025 to 2026, do you have any programs where people can sign up?
This fall will go to very much. I have an evergreen, we call it. It is a basic foundational yin yoga practice that you do all by yourself. And usually I used to launch Yin of Life, which is a really deep, transforming 12-week Yin Ayurveda emotional transforming journey. But I am also rebranding my business, so I will postpone it till January or February. But if anybody wants to be in contact with me, sign up for my newsletters. But also I have coaching programs that we can start with if you want to sign up for Yin of Life, January, February.
Great. Well, guys, make sure you stay tuned for that. And then for where to sign up to Wivi-Anne's amazing newsletter, we'll have the link down below. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and follow Wivi-Anne on social media as well. We're also included. Thank you so much for your time, Wivi-Anne.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you.
Thank you.